right, what's going on, everybody? We have got someone that's ripping just an insane amount of deals, setting records in the industry. He's been on a few different podcasts. I'm like, we got to get this guy on. So we got Ben Grossman coming on the show today. Thanks for joining us, Ben.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, my service, the service cut out there. I have good service. All right, good now.
You good? Good.
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully there's not I was telling you, I'm at an Airbnb. We're on a blitz, and I'm not sure how great the Wi-Fi is. So hopefully, we don't have too many lags there. But yeah, bro. So I've been hearing about you for a while. You've been, I think, setting some industry records from what I've heard. You've been on podcasts with like Taylor McCarthy, Will Ellermitz, Snapper Academy stuff. And so yeah, do you want us, before we get into it, do you want to tell us some of maybe like your top deals in a month, how much you made in a year, so people kind of know some of your accomplishments?
Yeah. So my last, I think it was August. I think I did 54. It was either 54 or 55 or something, and I think 52 of them installed.
Wow.
And all self gens. And then
Wow.
yeah, my first full year in solar made 7 figures too.
Wow. Yeah. So insane numbers. And what's the craziest part to me is it's all self gens. Your pull-through rate is insane because I've had a lot of guys on where you hear big numbers, and a few podcasts I've done in the past, not to name any names, but a few people, they've done insane deals, but then I found out like 6 months later, only 10% of those actually went to install. So I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah, so for me it means like numbers don't mean anything. Like glass on roof is how we get paid, so otherwise you're just wasting your time and your company's money just slamming through nonsense.
I know. Yeah, I mean, you get that, and I think it's kind of a problem in solar. There's so many companies that just like celebrate the sell so much, and people get this dopamine rush when they're getting a sell. They post on the team group chat. Yeah, like, I just ripped 4 spot today, got 4 deals, and then it's like so many guys, you just hear their pull-through rate later that's like super low. So I want to hear what you're doing, and we'll get into all that stuff. But for those that haven't heard you on other podcasts, you want to give us just a little bit of your background, how you got into solar, and how you got going in the first place.
Yeah, sure. So now I'm about 2. I think I started I'm about 2 full years in now, and so I was in college and I had friends. Like one of my friends was ripping in college, but I was like building. I was like super entrepreneurial and like always building different businesses and stuff in the past. So I was like keeping my head down on that. But he like was always showing me crazy paychecks, and I just like was putting it in the back of my mind and like not doing anything to it or with it. And then after college, then I had to go back to Jersey for something, and I was building a business and putting like 70, 80 hours in a week of it, and like to help build it. And I wasn't taking any pay or anything, just building for obviously equity, but not getting financially compensated yet at the time. And then I saw one of my friends paychecks. I'll pull it up. I think it's 47,000. One of my like real good friends. Oh, sorry, 50. Yeah, 60,000. It was $59,655 in a single week.
Wow.
And then I was all right, like what am I doing? Because we were like good friends in college and had like similar mindset. So I was like, all right, if he's making, and he just started like a few months back. He was probably like 4 months in and ripped a $60,000 paycheck for a week. And I was like, what am I doing? Because I was like doing the math for me to be paid, obviously that was a super good week, but for me to be able to make $60,000 in a week, like at the time in the business I was building, it would have been like 3-4 years out. And I have risk. So
Yeah.
I saw him do that with no risk, no upfront investment or anything. Then, you know,
Yeah.
piqued my interest and got into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy. And so you didn't have any sales experience really coming into solar, nothing like that?
No, so never any like I was always like selling items like high end clothes or shoes and stuff like back when I was younger, but never any, not like a sales job or no direct experience or anything like that. No, first sales
Wow.
gig.
Wow. Yeah, that's even great because I've heard guys coming in and ripping, but typically 9 times out of 10 it's guys that came from other door to door industries like alarms, pest control, and they come into solar and they already have that background. So to me, it's super impressive. He came in, like sounds like no door to door experience, not really too much sales experience, and you're just like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, I mean
deal after deal.
my first few months were not the best, but then like once it clicked, like then it was just up from there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So definitely a
wow,
bit of a learning curve in the beginning. Absolutely.
yeah. So for you, like, because there's levels to it. So not the best. Did it take you like a couple weeks to get your first deal, or like what did those first couple months look like for you?
So I think I got my first deal, like my first weekend, I knocked it and I had someone else close it. But then I was like, ego, like, I just want to close my own deals, whatever. So then I, you know, I was going inside the house and self-genning my own deals and just like couldn't close.
Yeah,
So after that, there was like a month where I didn't sell anything. And then like one day I sold one, then brought the momentum, and then got another same day right after. And then like after that, I was hooked, and like something clicked on how to actually get the sale, and then I was ripping.
wow,
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, because that's good to hear. Because there's a lot of guys that come in. We bring guys in all the time where it's like a couple weeks in, they haven't gotten a sell, and they just get like so down, so discouraged. They're like, oh, I'm not making any money, and this job is like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over that hump. And then we tell them it's like, hey, there's guys, some of the best in the industry. So it still took them a lot of times a couple months to build that momentum to get going. So
Yeah.
it's like you can't expect that you're going to have instant success right off the bat.
Also,
Um,
also I know it's like cliche, but like the doctor thing that everybody says, like
yeah,
you know, you absolutely have the opportunity to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're going to school for 12 years, and you can literally make multiple six figures your very first year learning the skill. So,
yeah,
first few months, if you're, just getting smoked, you're
yeah,
learning and getting those skills that then you're going to be able to, you know, keep rocking.
yeah, 100%. So for you, was there ever any like discouragement that came in? You're like, I've been at this in a month, haven't really gotten many deals, or were you like, did you understand that from the beginning? Like, oh, this might take a little bit, and I'm totally cool with that.
Well, so I don't think I was like pretty discouraged. I was just trying to get better because I saw with my own eyes like what is
Yeah,
possible. So I knew it was possible, and I just needed to figure it out. So
yeah,
I wouldn't say like I went into it knowing that I'm gonna have to like learn these skills, and in the beginning it's gonna be rough, and then you know I knew that it was gonna pay off, like in my mind.
yeah,
So I didn't get that
yeah,
discouraged. No.
yeah, yeah. That's good. Yeah, and it helps. You mentioned you saw your buddy's big check and all that, and that's what's cool is something we try to highlight at our company too, guys. Like, hey, this money is real. Guys are making big checks on a weekly basis because I think so much of this is just like belief. If guys have the belief, and it's just like so much easier for them to get out there and work. But the second they're like, oh, I don't know if people actually making money in this. Is this legit? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like it's so hard for them to.
Yeah, I mean, also comes down to being with the right company and like making sure you see actual paychecks, because like
Yeah,
a lot of people will be saying they make all this money, and then like you know you ask them to show, like someone will ask to see the paycheck last week and they can't send anything. So I
yeah,
up in
yeah,
the, yeah. But yeah, if
yeah,
your people are absolutely killing it for
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
So was your buddy? Because you said your buddy was at Sunrun, right? So he wasn't even with the company you joined. He's a
No. So
different company.
he's at Sunrun. He's still there, crushing. Yeah.
Okay, wow. He didn't try to bring you to Sunrun, huh?
Oh, so it's sort of fun. So I actually was going to Sunrun, and then so back in the day, I used to sell some weed way back. So I failed Sunrun's background check, and they wouldn't take me. And it was
Wow,
like the best thing that one of the best things that's happened actually, because
that's
ended up
cool.
working out so well. But yeah, that's why I couldn't go work with them. I was ready to like go head out to Cali with my buddy and go like test it for like a month,
Yeah,
because I had like two really good friends out there killing it.
yeah,
So I was gonna go head out there, and then I like did their onboarding, and then couldn't get onboarded. So then I just found a company here in Jersey. So
yeah.
it
Yeah,
was for the best though, for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna send this to Sunrun CEO, and they're like, we should have we should have
Yeah,
changed the policy.
I send it to my friends sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're sort of sick about it.
that's so funny. No, that's cool. And so, yeah, well, so was there other top producers? The company you're with now, you've been with the whole company at the same time, right? Since you
No,
joined
so
Solar.
I switched a company one time
Mm-hmm.
last uh like well so like last May, around then I switched, and now I'm just sticking with what I got for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
love my current company for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, no, it's cool. And so, you took, and then your biggest month you said was what, 52 deals or 52
Yeah,
installs?
50. Yeah, I
Okay. And then how many sales did you get that month?
think it was 54
54. Wow.
or
Okay.
55 or something. One of them.
Yeah. Crazy. So yeah, let's get into, I guess first of all, then we can get into maybe some more specific on setting and all that. What do you think it is that you're doing that's having these people get to install so consistently? Because you've seen it; it's a big problem. I think industry wide, we're at someone post a stat, but probably less than like 40%. I would say industry wide that actually get to install.
Yeah.
So, what do you think you're doing that like separates yourself to actually get these things in the roof?
So I am like super like, so one of the things is making sure everything is done on the one touch. Like anything that they need to be signed, whether it's power of attorney or anything, sign it, making sure welcome call, everything's done one touch, because I do not want to have to like every time you go back to the house, like uh, one of my mentors was saying, cut your commission in half, because you're then taking away time when you could go get another deal and work on an income producing activity. So it's making sure everything's done. I don't want to have them sign anything again after that. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I have a very good relationship I work with one project coordinator, like
Mm-hmm.
one PC, and I'm like a hawk on if anything needs to be done, I'm doing it immediately. I don't let anything sit.
Yeah,
So, and then also
that's
just
good.
follow up, because Jersey, like install timeline isn't like places in Texas or Florida where you can get glass on roof in 2 weeks. Like depending on permit times, it's 30 to 60 days or so.
Mm,
So yeah, so
yeah,
weekly follow up and making sure everything's done one touch, and like you know giving all the homeowners updates and actually communicating with them throughout the process. Super
yeah,
big. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's good. Yeah, and I think I see guys that they'll do that when they have maybe 5, 10 deals in the pipeline. They're super good at this stuff, and they're on it like a hawk. But especially if they're closing a lot of deals and all that, then yeah, I struggle with it myself. Where I'm at like 30 deals in the pipeline right now that I'm waiting to get installed, and it can be a lot to like manage and
Yeah, so
stay on top of.
I have an assistant that does like my Google Sheets, and like we've run through all my projects. She gives me updates on every single project. if it needs anything, where it's at, and then does all the follow up necessary. So helps out
Okay.
a ton. But yeah, the
Okay.
Google Sheet is massive. Color coded for the different sections, interconnection permit,
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So it sounds like she's just taking care of everything she can, but if there's something she can't do, then that's when she's
Yep.
hitting you up and you're just on it like right away.
Yeah, and also like I never let anything sit. Like if
Yeah.
something, let's say, it's rare I get any change orders, but let's say if I get a change order, like immediately if I see that I need one, I'm calling up the homeowner and like, getting them on the phone or, just swinging by like immediately to get that done.
Yeah. It's good. Another thing, I don't know how it is out there, but in California, we get a lot of like holds because of HOAs, like where we're just waiting on HOAs and then we're having to follow up. And sometimes extra docs need to be done for that after the fact. Do you guys have a lot of HOAs out there? Is that
So
something that
in
holds
Jersey,
up?
no. In Florida, the HOAs can be a little bit like nitpicky, but in Jersey, like HOAs can't. It's a state law; they can't deny solar. They can have a rule that there's no solar allowed on the front of the house, but like I know what hoods those are, and I'm avoiding them. So I pretty much knock like non HOA neighborhoods, so I don't deal with any. And if they are HOAs, and at least Jersey, they're pretty simple,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's I don't know, because the way it works in California, there's some HOA deals where maybe they're easier to get because other reps I've noticed sometimes steer away from those areas because they don't want to deal with
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that's going to take forever. So the way it is in California, sometimes you can get easier deals, but then it's a lot harder on the back end because some of them are, a nightmare. Especially we have like condos, townhomes, stuff like that, where
Yeah.
it's like shared roof space, and these things can be a nightmare. The HOAs can take like months and months to review it and all
Yeah.
that.
So on stuff like I knock pretty much all single families. Like the only time I'm really in those like townhome neighborhoods are like referrals pretty much. So
Yeah,
I'm primarily like never dealing with HOAs really.
yeah, okay, cool. And so, yeah, I mean, I want to talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, but let's get into for the people setting. It's super impressive that you're mostly self. Is that still the case that you're basically all self gen and
So
referrals?
now I'll take like this summer, I would say maybe 25% of my deals are setters now. 75% self gen because now I've been having a bunch of people coming up to Jersey and they like want to see my in home process or something. So for a new rep, I'll like close one deal for them. So I will get the occasional setter deal now. Like if someone wants to see me in home, but I prefer self gen because also then my
Yeah,
commission gets cut in half. So
yeah. I know it's true. Because before, I remember, I think you're saying it on another podcast that you would just turn setters down. You're like, nope, sorry,
yeah,
I'm
so
only
now
self-gen.
like I have people flying in and they want to see my in home process. So I'll tell them like sell one deal for you, but like I don't want your leads.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you need to start like a bidding process. Be like, hey, I'll take your deal, but hey, I'll get 10% of the commission
No,
if I take your go to the highest bidder.
I feel bad. I
Uh,
can't.
yeah. No, you
I'm
gotta
too
they
nice,
work too.
unfortunately.
Yeah. But no, that's impressive. So you just love knocking the door, huh? Well, and making the full commission. You guys did
Yeah,
you just
yeah. I also like prefer because then like I'll go to a like if I'm driving to a setter appointment, like um I if it doesn't sit, I'm gonna be annoyed because then I could have just went and got my own deal. Because like if I go
yeah
out, I'm gonna grab something. So if I'm going, you know, elsewhere and I don't know what they necessarily said or what expectations were set, so
right
it's
yeah
just like can waste my time.
yeah yeah it can be frustrating for sure. And then I remember you on a few other podcasts. It sounded like you're mostly all same day appointments. You don't really get a bill. Is that still pretty much the case? Just same days. You're not really
Yeah, so
grabbing
same
bills when you set the
days.
deals.
Usually my only, like, most of my next days or something's a referral, but pretty much all my deals are same days, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, still
That's
no bill.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I just did a podcast with her name's Amanda Berry. Um, she's she's like one of the top setters over in Texas, and she was saying the same thing. She'll like never get a bill like 90% of the time. She was
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah. What she was finding. She told me she was finding more people like canceling just because they had to deal with like getting a bill and all that, where she could just set it and
Yeah,
try to
so
solidify it and going.
I was tracking, like, I saw no difference from the amount of people that sat, like the sit rate from whether I got the bill or not. And also, I'm doing same days and it like does not, because our proposals will take like 30 minutes. So I do swing backs rather than just walk ins with how our
Okay.
proposals are currently set up. And I saw like there's no difference in my sit rate whether I got the bill or not. And it doesn't like slow down my in-home process once I have the bill either. So it doesn't, I didn't see like
Yeah.
any benefit of grabbing the bill for myself.
Yeah. That's cool.
But for a setter, I mean, it makes sense though, because then like they could just be throwing you some random,
Yeah.
junk. So it at least keeps them accountable, grabbing the
Yeah.
bill. But yeah, all my own deals, I prefer no bill. I never
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah. There you go. So do you do any like I know Taylor McCarthy does the thing where it's like, hey, I'm gonna text you the time, send me your favorite emoji. He kind of like confirms it that way. Do you do anything like that? Like text them, hey, come
No,
back. You're just like, hey,
so if
swing
it's
back.
a next day, or something, I will text and confirm, just because like I really don't even like to go to them or anything. So if it's not, but if it's the same day, no, because then it can give them the chance of saying like, no, don't come. So I
Right.
grab their number like prior to leaving. Gotcha, what's your number? And then I tell them like, okay, so I'm gonna shoot you a text. If I can't do it, if I can't, drop your bill X, I'll shoot you a text so you're not waiting around for me. But otherwise, I'll see you in like 30, 45 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I grab their
Okay.
number just in case like they're not, if they went out or something, then I'm calling them. But
Yeah.
no, I don't give them for any same days. I don't give them my number prior, because then it gives them an
Okay.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot
Makes
harder to
sense.
tell me no once I'm there.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. What about have you checked the numbers on like like pull through rate on same day versus next day deals? Is it pretty much all the same for you, or do you
Like all the
notice any
same, I
difference?
know. I hear like a lot of people say like, oh, like the same day realization rates are like just bad or something. Like no difference for me. I don't see anything
Yeah.
for that for myself.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Because yeah, no, some people are like, oh, we're slamming a decision down their throat so quick if it's a same day deal. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
if you're
like, because I feel like if you close it properly and they're the one, like they're, coming to the conclusion that they want it themselves and you're not ramming it down their throats, and, they came to that decision themselves. Also, like, if it's a little bit like, like, a little bit softer of a deal, texting and call them the day of site survey, like, hey, great, was it as easy as you thought? Okay, perfect. Like, I'll have the results for you tomorrow. But also,
yeah,
like, double touching it, because that's like when, if they have any objection, or concern, then I can handle it rather than again letting it sit for a couple more
right,
days. Because we get
yeah,
like most of my site surveys are like next day or 2 days out as well.
yeah.
So
Okay, okay. And are you going back? Are you like second touching them at all, or only if you feel like they're maybe a little bit softer?
if so I really try not to. If I absolutely have to, like if I have to, yes, I'll two touch it. But I really try not
Okay,
to and just do it over the phone if I can.
yeah. Well, because I'm thinking if you're doing that many deals, it's probably. I mean, I don't think you'd have time to be going back to
Yeah. So if I'm
dozens
like
of
in
deals.
the turf or something, you know then I will, like if a change order didn't get signed that was sent or something, uh, then I'll swing by when I'm in the turf that week. Cause I typically, there's like a couple areas that I don't stay in one section. I have like a few different areas that I hit. So I will be in it sometime soon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, besides same days, and some of the other things you're talking about, is there anything, when you're a new setter, anything you did that, if we have people that are like haven't figured out the setting, anything you feel like you're doing that's like a key to your success? Because it seems like you're not like a selling like super excited out. You seem just like a super chill dude, and you're just like, hey, that's what's going on. What do you
Yeah.
think?
So I sort of try
When
and
you're speaking.
try and not be, try and not be salesy.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, main thing's try and not be salesy and like slow down like how fast you're talking, because most
Yeah.
likely everybody else that came to their door like for newer reps are just like spewing, and also I'll try and like get like to the point a little bit faster rather than like sometimes I'll shadow someone and they're like, it's like they're 3 minutes in talking about all these different like news articles and stuff, and then 3 minutes in, we'll drop that it's solar or like what you're even there for to lower their bill or battery or something in
Yeah.
California. And
Yeah.
then like if they're absolutely opposed and are just never doing it and hate solar, like you sort of just wasted your own time doing that.
Right.
So I'll try and like
Yeah.
give them how I'm going to provide value, like what I can do, whether it's battery in like in the California market or dropping, what I could potentially drop their bill and give a story or something like in the first 90 seconds or so, is what I try and do. So like
Okay.
getting to the point a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I see that all the time with newer reps where they're just like dragging it out so long, and then people are just getting like, get to the point, and then they just get frustrated eventually and
Yeah, and then
basically
you're like
like
lowering
close the
your
door.
like
Yeah.
trust with them too, because like what do you even, I guess for a setter it might be a little bit different, but if you're like just beating around the bush for 3 to 5 minutes or something, like I don't know. I'd be sort of annoyed if someone walked up to my door and was just like just talking nonsense. Like tell me what you're here for. Yeah, or
Yeah.
what you can do for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Do you train a lot of setters, or do you have a team right now, or you
So
still
I
just?
have a team, but as far as my training, I don't. I like to do like one-on-one training more than like in front of a big room or anything. Like the other managers will mainly like give those trainings. My main things
Yeah.
like if I like someone, I'll do like one-on-one with them for like a day, and
Yeah.
that's like where I see myself being able to like provide the most value for them. But I don't like to.
Yeah.
I'm not like in front of. I need to get better at that for sure. A skill I need to work
Yeah.
on, but like being in front of the room and like giving uh, training stuff. Currently, I don't really do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're too big. You're closing too many deals, man. It's like,
Yeah, I prefer to just because also like I do like teaching people and like helping them to make a lot of money, and I love that, brings me so much joy like seeing someone go from, struggling to pay their bills and now like killing it. But also at the same time, like if I'm training those people, like no matter what the overrides or me splitting the deals, it'll just never, like me self Jennings just going to make myself so much more money. So it'll never,
yeah.
like if my goal is to, I guess like the time in my life, like if my goal is to maximize my income, doing that is not going to at this current time. But yeah, I do have a team, but I'm more so like phone help and like one-on-one like phone calls or taking them out rather
Yeah.
than in front of the room.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah. And what about so your schedule? Because I see a lot of guys. It's like they want to make the money that other guys are making, but it's you ask them how many doors they're hitting, how many conversations they're having, and it just like doesn't match up at all with their goals.
Yeah.
And so some people are like, man, I want to be like Ben. I want to do 2 million a year, but then it just like it's like, hey, how much are you actually working? How much are you out there? And they're like, oh, I'm out 2 hours during prime time. It's like, okay, well, do you think you're gonna
Yeah.
do you think you're gonna be a 7-figure rep if you're if you're only knocking a couple hours during prime time.
Yeah.
So for you, what does the schedule look like? Like, what do you? I don't know if you change it like summer, or you kind of do an off
So
season. What does
for
it look like?
this summer, this has been like such a hot summer in New Jersey. It's like the hottest summer I can remember. But so I've
Wow.
been doing like trying to get to the field around like 10 to 1. And then, or if I have like a next day at like 9 a.m., I'll probably just stay out like the full day because I love like early getting a deal early in the morning and like carrying the momentum. But if I'm just
Yeah.
knocking, don't have anything lined up, I'll like get to the field like 10 to 1, then like from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 chill, then go from like 4 to 4 to 8 or 4 to 9 or until whenever the last
Yeah.
appointment is that I'm running. Yeah, that I get.
Okay. Are you trying to? And then are you working like? Do you take a day off, or is it pretty much just like 7 days
So
a
I've
week?
been
Or
taking Fridays off a lot. So I take Fridays. Um Fridays I've been taking off like almost every week uh unless I have an appointment that I'm running. So I take off Fridays, then some Mondays, but I don't have like a set. My 1 day a week I'm for sure off is pretty much Fridays unless I have a deal or something. Yeah, but
okay.
I like working Sunday. I love Sundays. Sundays are fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sunday like afternoons I kill it.
Yeah. Not that. And then is that like? Do you have like a winter schedule? Is it pretty much year round? You're working basically
Yeah,
that same schedule.
I work year round. Winter I'll probably get out like 11 to 6, 7, 12 to 6, 7. Yeah. Or some days,
Yeah.
yeah, probably like 12 to 6 or 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, and I think it just goes to show that it's not like you're working. It sounds like you're not working like 15-hour days or anything.
No, so
But
some when I'm like no, I try not to. My girl would
yeah,
she says I work too much already.
yeah,
Last summer my hours were a little bit more strict. But as far as this year they're a little bit more lenient. Last summer though I was probably ripping from like 10 a.m. till like 8 or 9 p.m. every day or 6 days a week.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's no, that's a solid schedule, but it's not like I think sometimes guys think too. It's like, oh, they're working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and really it's just like you're picking your hours, you're consistent. It sounds like you're showing up when you said you're going to show up. And that's pretty much it. I mean, are you just a pretty like self accountable person? Do you have like guys you're meeting out in hood or anything, or you feel like you're always just someone that I said I'm getting out at this time and I'm going out?
Yeah, no,
And
self accountable. I actually prefer to work I prefer to work solo and just like rip by myself unless I'm like I'll give like one person like 1 day a week that I'll like go out with them, and then I prefer to work solo the other
nice,
days. Or like one of my really good friends, if we feel like going out and like messing around, it's more so just like knocking and having fun at that point, just like fucking
yeah,
around. But like when I'm actually working, I'm solo.
yeah, yeah. No, that's good. Because some guys, it's just like as you do it for a long time, they're like, oh, I need someone to like get out there. I remember, I don't know if you've heard like Michael O'Donnell train.
Yeah.
Like he said he would pay someone just to meet him in an area just so he couldn't not show up.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, if I'm paying someone to meet me at the Starbucks at 1 o'clock, then it's like I have to get out there because like they're gonna be waiting on me.
Yeah.
So sometimes maybe guys need to do that. But for you, what motivates you? Because people see that and they're like, man, how could I have that self motivation? And even me, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty self motivated, but like if I'm looking at myself, I definitely couldn't. I would struggle to like be that self accountable and get out there. Do you feel like
Yeah.
there's anything that motivates you, or how do you have that motivation? Just get out there without. meeting guys in the hood and just be self accountable like that?
Yeah, I don't really have the answer to that. I think I've always just been like sort of like besides schoolwork, I've always hated schoolwork. But as far as like working like on my own business and like making money, I've just always sort of like uh been self accountable with it. So I don't have the answer for you there. I guess just
Yeah,
instilled in it grew up with it. Genes, I
yeah,
guess, or parenting, I'm not sure.
yeah. Well, hey, no, I love it, man. I'm jealous. I'm jealous, but I think not everyone's gonna be like deeply self motivated like that. So I think like there's other strategies and all that. But that's awesome that you just go out there and get it. And there's like I said, I'm gonna do this, gonna get out there, and that's that. And for me, I don't know about you, but when I'm married, I got 3 kids now, and so I've noticed that when I was like single, I struggled a lot more with like I would mess around a lot more, just kind of go with buddies, maybe chill in my car and stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but now that like I'm married, I got people counting on
yeah, the
me, and
why.
it's like, yeah, but, like when I'm out in the hood, like I could be spending time with wife, kids, and all that. So if I'm out in the hood, I better not just be like chilling in my car the whole day. I better be actually out there because
Yeah,
I'd rather be hanging out with the fam if I could. Do you feel like that was a fact because you got you're engaged, right?
yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Because if I'm like, so yeah, if I'm working, like that is what I'm there to do. I'm not trying to like mess around because similar thing, like she would probably prefer if I'm home. So if I'm out in the field doing what, you know, trying to work and provide and build and like grow stuff, um, you know, that's what I need to be out there doing in my head.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That does play a factor.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it sounds like you were like that when you weren't engaged too, but maybe for the immortal people listening to this that they don't have like endless motivation. Yeah, maybe that's the secret.
Yeah. Yeah. Figure
Go
out
get a
the why.
fiance or
Yeah.
get yeah, figure it out. Yeah, well, cool, man. So, I know we've been ripping for a little bit here. Before we run out of time, I wanted to just hit on kind of your closing process too. So same day deals. So what are you doing if we're talking about closing, what are you doing to build urgency? What's like your secrets when it comes to closing and getting them to sign up that day? Anything as far as building urgency or stuff that's helping you in the close?
So for urgency, so in this specific utility, so I've also since Big Beautiful Bill stuff came out, I've been harping on that there's this deadline, December 31st of this year. So I'm harping on that, and then prior to Big Beautiful Bill, we have this like interconnection map that shows you like who can get solar and who can't. And it's like a real thing in Jersey. There's literally sections in this utility I work in that they can't get solar.
Oh,
So I'm bringing that up and doing, it's super nice to have that in my market, but it's, doing like a big takeaway, like, and I'll give them a story with facts and like showing them of like text messages I have with homeowners that couldn't get solar and like they went through the process and can't get it. So I'm bringing up that in home and like showing them like, yeah, like it really does happen. So harping on that like interconnection application super heavily, and Big Beautiful Bill now.
yeah. Okay, that's fire. Do you have when you're out there in neighborhoods knocking and everything, do you have like a preferred demographic? Are you getting like lower income, middle income, or do you have
Yeah,
any
so I like
strategies for picking
lower
areas?
middle class. That's also, I'm getting less lawyer objections.
Yeah,
Um, less cash deals.
yeah,
But yeah, lower middle class. I mean, they're a little bit quicker to be able to make a decision. So that's also big for me. Like I'm trying to set myself up for best chance of success once I'm in home, and most likely that demographic is, going to be this. If I'm saving them money, savings mean a little bit more to them, rather than
yeah,
someone making $1 million a year or something. It can just with that monthly amount that they're keeping in their pocket can mean a little bit, because I'm not selling ownership. I pretty much just exclusively sell PPAs. So
Okay.
that definitely helps. Yeah,
Yeah.
lower middle class is my demographic though, for sure.
Okay. That's what I figured because I don't know. Out here, I'd definitely say it's harder to like same day and
Yeah, so the higher
higher
income
class
people,
people.
they don't like you know, the I still same day them when I'm, or try to when I'm in that demographic, but I just usually am not. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're, they do like next days, or two days out, or something. So yeah, I
Yeah.
do lower middle class.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Yeah. And so I know you've been in. I know you were in Taylor McCarthy's Knockstar program, one of the top guys in there, and everything. Would you say your closing process is pretty similar to kind of like what Taylor McCarthy does? Is there some stuff you're doing different, maybe as far as like framing the deal or anything else that's helping you in the close?
Yeah, so I mix and that's what I always tell people too. Like, try and like learn what all the top people in your office are doing, or other top people in the industry, and then take bits of their closing process or setting process and make it your own. So I have stuff from his. I'll use some like Jeremy Minor stuff, Chase Hughes, stuff like that. But yeah, I have some slicks from him that I'll use in every single close. Like, one of his slicks that I use, I literally use in every single close and love it. It's like reasons why you wouldn't do this. Um, if I was coming here telling you got to take a $50,000-$60,000 loan out, you'd probably tell me to leave, right? And it's like reasons why you wouldn't do this, and going over like the ownership route. Um, as long as, like, in discovery, I find out, like, you know, unless they specifically tell me that they want the ownership or loan or cash or something, which I rarely get. I'm just doing the PPA and selling. I like sell on the reasons that you would never do this if I was telling you have to take out a loan. So that's one of the big things. And
Yeah.
also in Jersey, like, this market's very mature, similar to California. Like, pretty much everybody, unless they're a new move-in, first-time home buyer, they've sat with someone, like, they've seen a solar proposal before. So
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out, you know, what the reason they didn't do it in the past, and then I'm, selling on why, how this is different, and like that's I tailored the closing process on the reason why they didn't do it in the past, and how we're, you know, how this would then solve their problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What do you out there? What do you find the reasons? What's the typical reasons that they didn't do it in the past? Is that
Loans,
always
roof.
different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different insurance, roofing objections, different friends with bad experiences, like with roof leaks or not fully offset. Um, pretty standard ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good.
My favorite's when they said that they wanted them to take a loan out or money out of your pocket. It's just,
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Yeah, it's easy.
yeah.
I love
Oh
those,
my
or
god.
of just, oh, we didn't qualify, or
Yeah.
like they wanted to do it but they didn't qualify for whatever
Yeah.
reason. Like, okay, sweet. So sounds like if you would have qualified, you guys would have done it back then.
Yeah. Those
Oh
are
yeah.
those are my favorite.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, no, that's good. And so, what about as you're trying to set up the deal, framing it? What's like so I assume, it's like you're going through discovery and all that, and then you're telling them what the next steps in the process is. Is it just kind of like, oh, we're going to submit the application after this, or how do you set up the deal and frame it
So
to go to the close?
in the beginning, I'm like very passive. Like, you know, if it even makes, like, I don't even know if it'll make sense for you, or if it makes sense for you, then we authorize a few forms, at the end there. But then at the end, I'm like, assuming the sale, and very assumptive. Like, okay, like, once I get them, to say yes, or, what the next steps are, immediately sending docs, and, telling them, like, okay, open up your email now. This will be like, we're just going to go over exactly, what we just talked about there. So yeah, at the end, very assumptive with the close, but in the beginning and like discovery and stuff, super passive. Like I don't even know if this will work for you or if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like, yeah, in beginning, trying to like build their trust, then at end, once I have their trust and, they give me, buying questions or signs that they're good, getting that rocking.
Yeah. Love it. Yep. And then I've heard you say in other podcasts, Ben, that you get quite a few referrals, which is awesome. That's something that I don't know. I don't think most guys get very many referrals. So what are you doing? Any tips you have? Any advice on getting referrals?
Yeah. I love referrals. I go through like phases, this, yeah, this week so far, I got 6 referrals, which is money.
Holy.
But I was just in like last week, I got one. They go through like big spurts.
Yeah.
Um, but also, so I have someone following up, uh, you know, which is, I'm making sure that what I'm telling them is accurate, so they're not hating me after they're installed. Like I'm being
Yeah.
absolutely truthful in the presentation, and then so after install, I'm having people, um, someone follow up with them, and asking. I have the assistant asking for referrals every single week for me, and also phrasing it rather than saying that you're getting, like you'd get $1,000. I've been using, you get to, you would get 3 months of free electricity, and then the person that signs up would also get 3 months of free electricity. So I basically just pay the solar payments for 3 months for both of them. So then they're
Okay.
both getting something. And also, if they're, not like, because the $1,000 is only going to incentivize like a certain group of people, like that need money, or if they're trying to help out their friend. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
sort of like going to go over their head. Once I switched up to the gifting the 3 months of electricity and like the word gift, the referral percentage like skyrocketed.
Oh well. Okay. Yeah, I have heard that, and it kind of makes sense, right? Because if you're just giving them money, then I don't know. I feel like there can be kind of this weird dynamic where they're having to reach out and they know they're going to get something, and maybe their friend knows it too. So it
Yeah,
can be like, if you think about it, it's like, oh, he's getting something out of it, so
yeah,
that's the only reason he's talking to me. Um, so I have heard that. Just I don't know. I think there's guys that have like done stats on it and stuff that it's definitely better percentage if you're giving something, if the person is getting something that's being
yeah. So
referred
they're
out of it
both getting something, and then
too.
yeah. Also, I make sure like while I'm in home too, I'm telling them exactly how they need to give me the referral too, which is big because you've probably heard like, oh, I gave your number to someone, they're going to
Yeah.
be reaching out. So in the closing process, like 3 times I harp on it in every close. Like, I tell them I work so heavily on referrals, like because everybody, gives some type of story how happy everyone is. And I'm telling them like, and the best way to do it is you just put me in a group chat with your friend or whatever, and then I can take it from there. Because then once you're in the group chat with them, you have their number, and like it's just so much easier. So I
Yeah.
say that like 3 times in every single close, to like really hammering it in their mind that this is what you do. Because I never
Yeah.
want them to say, "Oh, I gave your number to X," and they're never contacting me.
Yeah.
Or
I
the
know.
percentage of them contact are like 25 to 50%, rather than if you're in that group chat, it's like 90% chance that they're probably going to sit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get that all the time. And even now, I'll like tell people that, but they'll still forget. So maybe
Yeah.
I need to repeat it more times.
Yeah, and also like in the follow up text too. Sometimes when you're asking for referrals, there's also like, yes, you just put us in a group chat, like saying it like even in
Oh,
the
yeah.
text asking for the referral, I'm telling them again.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. So are you getting most of your referrals like in home after the close, or is it mostly
Now
like after following up?
most are not. I was working with a with a life coach that was telling them to, like, I was asking for referrals post sale, a lot, and that was working, but for some reason I stopped. I don't know. So they're
Uh,
pretty much all post sale. But
Wow.
I was
Okay.
like asking for it in home there for a little bit, and like it'd be like, so Kathy, who are two friends you think could benefit from this, as well, or whatever. But I stopped doing that. So, but
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
working, but I stopped
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, guess you got a reminder. You'll go do it today on your deals.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. And so, okay, so mostly just on the follow up text that your assistant is sending out,
Yep.
every single one. It's every like weekly update. It's just kind of at the bottom, like PS. So if you have,
Yeah.
don't forget about 3 months
Yeah.
of energy and gift. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
good. Okay, love it. Well, cool, man. So yeah, we've hit on a lot of stuff today, and it's been awesome to hear your process. And really, I think every time I do a podcast with someone that's ripping deals, it seems like it's nothing like crazy
Yeah.
different
Nothing.
they're doing.
Yeah.
It's just like a few smaller things, and then just a little bit more consistency than most people are willing to do, and most people are doing. So I think that's the main things I take away from the podcast today. But another thing that's been really cool with you, Ben, is even making seven figures and doing all these deals. You still invest in yourself. You're still doing like the Knockstar. I saw you at SolarCon, and you were there the last day. We're sitting in Sam Taggart's thing, and I remember it's funny, Sam. Yeah, you forgot your name or something, and
Oh yes.
you're like, "Oh, I remember that."
Yes, sir.
He's like, I think he knew you're like, the top guy, 7 figure guy, but he's like, oh, he called you up. But even through all that, you're still like investing in yourself. So how much of a role do you think that plays? Do you feel like that's been a big factor in your success? Like, going to events, investing in other training, or why do you still continue to do that even though you're making all this money already?
Yeah, I mean, because if you can, let's say putting 10 grand into investing in some type of training. If you put that 10 grand, let's say, into the S&P 500, and you get a 10% return this 1 year, so you made an extra $1,000. If you get one thing out of a $10,000 training or something, that $10,000 can 10x your money in 5 months. So, it's
Yeah,
just on a return aspect. Investing in that business is going to give a higher return than elsewhere.
yeah,
That's my
yeah.
take on it. But yeah, that's why I'm always still trying to get better, and always tweaking things.
Love it. So yeah, I think if Ben's still trying to learn, still tweaking things, then should be no excuse. That's what's cool about solar is there's really no like I don't think there's ever a time even you Ben you're making 7 figure. What'd you do like 2 million? You
Yeah,
said
a
your
little bit
first year
over. Yeah.
solar. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so 2 million, and it's like he's still investing in himself. He's still learning things. So it's like there's always something to improve, and that's what's so cool about solar is it's just like there's never that's for me what keeps it exciting is because even I've been in solar since 2016 and I still learn new stuff doing these podcasts. Even just going to like their team correlations, I hear different things people are doing. Like, man, 10 years, almost 10 years in solar, and it's still
Yeah,
cool
you
to be
always
able
got
to,
to be constantly learning. Like, even if
yeah,
like something a newer guy that's doing, that just randomly came in and started to crush, like you can probably take something from him that you didn't think about before, or a certain word track or question or something he's asking, and take it and run with it. So always can learn. I'll always be rocking. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I remember hearing that, when I was doing Knockstar too. Yeah, Taylor McCarthy talked about it. You're either like growing or getting worse. There's not really like a staying the same. And I
Yeah.
think that's true. It's like constantly got to be improving your skill set. If not, then I think it's not really, it's really tough to just stay like the same unless you continue to grow.
Yeah.
Got to keep improving your craft. So, well, cool, brother. So thanks for coming on the show with us today, man. And before we wrap up, if people want to follow you or maybe connect with you more, what's the best way to? I don't know if you're. I know you're on Instagram and all that. Is that the
Yeah.
best way to connect with you?
On Instagram, you can just follow me at Pushing Panels. I'm not the best at answering my DMs, so but you can can hit me
Yeah, I
up.
feel you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like once you get busy, I'm like, man, it's tough to keep up. But
Yeah.
hey, that's a good problem to have. Yeah. If a top producer responds instantly on Instagram all the time, then to me that'd be like, okay, this guy really doing as many deals as he said. If he always can like, like respond right away, so good thing. Well, cool, bro. So thanks for coming on the show, and we'll definitely link your Instagram and all that, so guys can reach out to you more. And then, just as we wrap up, what are you looking forward to? Anything? We got this big, beautiful bill thing passing. So, what's your predictions on like solar? Or, I don't know, maybe some things that you think will be different.
I mean, so realistically, I think hopefully PPAs are chilling for the next couple years, and we see who gets in office next. But
Yeah,
I mean, the industry probably, you know, due for some type of change regardless, because you see if someone's putting one deal in a month and you know can make 150 grand a year or something doing one deal, sort of
yeah,
like something needs to change there regardless.
yeah,
But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I only sell PPAs, so I'm chilling
yeah,
for a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
but we'll
Right.
we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, hopefully changes in 2027 and we can extend the ITC again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll see. And any personal goals for yourself? In the next year, solar. Anything you're trying to kind of, as far as I don't know, growing your team or anything, or
Yeah, I guess just mainly make getting other people paid up and having them change their lives. I love seeing big paychecks from new reps.
yeah,
That's actually what brings me the most joy is seeing
yeah,
other people with big paychecks. It's my favorite.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
No,
I
I'd
guess
say the same.
building that up and just keep ripping while doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've seen too. Once you've been in solar for a while, you've seen the big paychecks yourself, and it gets to a point where it doesn't excite you as much. Seem like a massive paycheck for yourself, but then it's really cool. I feel that like same excitement that I used to getting the big paychecks
Yeah,
when I see someone that I'm like training or whatever get a big paycheck. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, this is awesome,
yeah.
building someone up. So well, awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks again for coming on. And yeah, man, we'll shoot this out to everyone we can, and we'll have to do another one in the future. See if we can
Yeah,
get you to
sounds
three
good.
million. Yeah.
Good luck on the blitz.
Okay. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, sir. Have a good one.